if the 2024 wide receiver class wasn't absolutely stacked, Ladd McConkey would be getting a lot more attention because he does everything well, and he's going to be a very, very productive receiver for whoever drafts him near the bottom of the first round or maybe even early second round. Quite frankly, I'd be surprised if he doesn't go late first. Let's start with his route running. He's a very clean, efficient route runner, and he consistently gets in and out of his breaks in about 3 steps. This example is against Alabama running his best route, which is an out route. And you'll see an example of that clean break here. Once he gets to the top of the route, he goes 1, outside step, 2, inside step. You can see him getting low. And by a 3rd step, he's planning and angling outside, and he consistently breaks towards his quarterback. He doesn't just break toward the sideline. He gets an angle towards the ball, which makes it extremely tough for defensive backs to make a play on the ball. I see some people saying McConkey has to play slot because he's bad against press, but I don't think that's true. I think he's adequate against the press. Here he's running it out against an outside leverage corner, which is very hard to do. He's going to square up with an outside step first, and I like that he doesn't take a step that's too far outside and give away what he wants to do. Then he's going to jab inside, step back outside, and he's able to beat press with his hands. Gets vertical, and you can see a little head fake inside before he gets outside, and again consistently gets to his breaks in 3 steps, and he's able to catch the ball through some traffic here. Just a really nice advanced play. Next play against Florida, it's going to be 3rd and 11. He's the point man in a bunch, and once he gets to the top of the route, he takes a long step with that outside foot. 2nd step, gather, drop his hips. 3rd and 4th step, he breaks a really sharp 90-degree angle, catches the ball in the middle of the field, and you see the run after the catch ability, sprints to the sideline, then cuts back inside. And that's an underrated part of his game, is his ability to get yards after the catch. He consistently makes the first guy miss. Georgia had a lot of plays where they were trying to get the ball in his hands, drew up a screens. This is a double pass that went wrong, but he's able to make a play against a pretty good Florida State defense and finish in the end zone. One part that's a little annoying about his game is he does get stopped short of the end zone a lot. But here he makes the first guy miss against Oregon and just gets stopped at the 1-yard line. Even when he's not breaking plays for 20-yard gains, I think he's going to get those hidden yardage after the catch, which is very important for an offense and important on 3rd and 4th downs. And McConkey is the legitimate deep threat. He ran a 4.3 at the combine, and it shows up on film. He consistently gets behind secondaries. But Georgia never really had a really great deep ball throwing quarterback. Stetson Bennett was a good quarterback, wasn't a great deep ball thrower. Carson Beck, I think he might be a first rounder next year, but not a really great deep throwing quarterback. On this play against Alabama, against cover 2, he's going to put a great move on a safety, gets him completely turned around, and Beck can't make that throw, but if he gets that ball to him in time, that might be a 40, 50-yard throw. And McConkey is great at the double move. He is dangerous. You can see him just put a little stutter and just explode back, but there's a safety over top, and quarterback can't quite make that throw. Again, same type of route, gets behind the defense. This time Beck makes the throw, and that's a touchdown. On this play against South Carolina, you have a little flea flicker action, splits the safeties, but the ball is underthrown, and he can't make a play on it. And that's going to be a weakness with McConkey. He doesn't have really long arms, so he doesn't have a huge catch radius. He gets punked around on the catch point a little bit, but that's not really his game. You're not going to ask him to go up and make jump balls. But, I mean, that might be what stops him from being a number 1 receiver because, you know, there are receivers that are smaller, that are great route runners, that can make some extremely acrobatic catches. Guys like Antonio Brown or Stephon Diggs have similar stature, but they make some amazing catches, and we just haven't seen a lot of that on McConkey's film. Maybe that's what stops him from being a number 1 receiver. But again, I think he can at least be a very, very good number 2 receiver, and he's going to be very productive in whatever offense he plays in.